Hello, wobbly camera. I'm gonna fix that, I promise. Alright, you guessed it. Story time. Um, Now, I used to work at a store, not gonna mention the name, but when I worked at Best Buy, there was lots of experiences. Lots of amazing, long nights. Long nights. But some of them were pretty fun. And then there were some long days. Those were pretty funny too. So anyway, uh, another interesting customer. And I'll explain the shivers. Um, let's see. Two short stories, so I'll blend them into one. The first one, this one really irritated me because I was like, really, man? Get over yourself. It's like, shut it. Anyway, what happened was this guy comes in, and I swear everyone looked shady that went into that store. But that's just the way it is. You work in retail, you run into a ton of shady people, Fidget Cube. And I like it. And so anyway, this guy comes in and wearing a big jacket. So we're thinking, big pockets. Here we go again. By the way, it may not look like I'm looking at the camera, and that's because I'm not. I'm looking at the screen on my phone. That's the camera, but if I look at that, I feel weird. I like to look at my face. That sounds even weirder. Anyway, I was told maybe to go take a look at him. So I thought, okay, let's go do that. I'm gonna unplug my phone because it's saying it's overheating. Skip. Okay. I'll have to make this video quick as possible, maybe. So this guy shows up, big pockets. Go check on him. So I do, and he's looking at razors, and he's pulling out razors, but he's got a razor in his hand, and I'm like, where'd you get that? And I go, can I help you? And he goes, dude, I'm fine. I'm just looking at stuff. And I'm like, all right, just checking. He goes, yeah, I can see that. And I'm like, you're that guy. And I didn't say that out loud. I would have got stabbed by the razor. So I stood there because I felt very uncomfortable with this gentleman, guy, whatever. And I thought, something's up with this guy. I'm going to stick with it. So I stay there, and he's kind of like, what? And I go, I'm just seeing what's going on. Yeah, that was probably not the best way to phrase it. And he goes, seriously, man, you're looking at me, and you already assume that what I'm here to do is to just steal something from you. And I go, that's not what I said. Well, that's the way you're looking at me. And I'm like, sorry, I'm just doing my job. I saw a razor in your hand. Yeah, I brought it from home. I'm like, well, now I know. And he goes, yeah, see, you're looking at a guy like me, and you're just assuming, and you're being a racist and all that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And he gets up and he's like, man, just get away from me, you freak. You're like creeping me out, stalking me. And I'm like, get over yourself. Jeez. So he gets up, cusses me out, and storms down that way. And he keeps looking at me because I'm doing this. I'm not sure if you were supposed to do that or not, but I was basically telling him, back off, don't talk to me like that. And I'm going to keep my eye on you because of the way you're behaving. Whether that was the right thing to do or not, I don't know. And I really don't care. It was a year ago, and it felt good. It felt like the right thing, because people are sketchy. So anyway, that guy ended up leaving. All right, story number 2. This is the one that makes me shiver. There were a couple of ladies, to where this is going, maybe, and they weren't dressed modestly, and just showing more than they needed to. And that was that part of working for you. You probably already figured out which part I'm talking about. And they're walking down the smartwatch aisle and the Fitbits, and I'm like, hey, maybe I can get them to, maybe they're looking at this stuff. It's a big sale. Why not? So I walk in their direction and I go, can I help you ladies with anything? And she looks, she's basically facing this direction. And she goes, oh no, we're just looking for you. And I'm like, I don't know how to take that. I literally said that. And she goes, why don't you find out? And I'm like, I'm extremely uncomfortable, so I'm going to stay right here. And she goes, okay. And then her and her friend walked away, and I just stood there. And the guy looked at the one of the supervisors. He's staring at me, and he's like, did she just hit on you? And I go, I think so. And he's like, and I'm like, shut up. That was that story. She walked out. I was scarred for life. And they teased me ever since. Yeah. Something about that particular store. That store was a hotspot for crazies, weirdos, and just interesting people. I don't regret it. Awesome job. Made some awesome friends. Knowing that I was gonna like hang out for with the rest of my life. Just good work, coworkers, good workmates, and good experience. Learned a lot about people. Anyway, that's my story. I hope you enjoyed hearing it and listening it as much as I did telling it. I'll see you guys next time. The video is probably gonna be wobbly. I will fix that, I promise.